Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Right, Ricky Burrows is thinking 9-minute miles. That's a bit quick, isn't it? Jeff Partridge is going slow today, so I'm thinking I don't know what speed I want to go. I'd quite like to go nice and slow, but I don't want to go too slow. Definitely not going fast. So should we kick it off at 10 and then see where we get to? We maybe speed it up a bit later. What do you think? Hi Clive, hi Wanda, hi Buenaventura. Hello gang, welcome to the Tour of Watopia, stage 4. We are in the make-up week, so if you've missed any of the Tour of Watopia events, then you can make it up this week. And I've got something to show you today, but I'll show you it a bit later. Right, 10 kilometres now for the time being. We'll see how we feel in a little while. It is really warm here. Trev Wilson is doing the shorter run tonight. Neil Messenger is with us, Carol Rushworth is here. We've got Jeff Partridge, Clive Finnemore, Ricky Burrows, Lee Ryby, Alex Nichols, Ruben, Kay White, quite a few people. I think I'm going to turn the fan on because it's really warm. Even going slowly, it's going to be really warm tonight. The sun is right on my back. But it's been a beautiful day. Once again, I've managed to avoid video editing for most of the day. I sat outside in the sunshine. So 12.5 kilometres to do tonight. It's going to take us over an hour, even if we speed up a bit. I don't really want to go at 12 kilometres an hour. Maybe we'll go at 12 towards the end. But still in recovery, still just relaxing a bit this week. Don't think I'm going to do any speed sessions this week, that's for sure. Jeff says, have you bought your van yet? Well, Jonathan Cost has a van for sale. It's a motorhome essentially, and he said he'd sell it to me for £100,000. So we've got some saving to do for about the next 50 years. We can get it when we're 90. This is the Tour of Watopia. We're broadcasting live on the Zwift Run Live YouTube channel, the Zwift Run Live Twitch channel, and the Film My Run Facebook page. If you are watching on any of those channels, I am watching the chat, so if you put something in chat on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, I can see it and I'll be able to respond. So if you want to ask me anything, by all means, feel free. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, motorhomes are too big for country lanes. You never get down some of the lanes in Cornwall with one of those big motorhomes. Laura Parkin, hello, Laura's on YouTube. Hi Stephen, hope you and Ricky enjoy your run. Just showing my support. Good luck everyone. Thank you, Laura. It's just a nice, relaxed, easy run. This evening. Raced at the weekend, so legs still want to recover. Not getting any younger, so sometimes take a little bit longer these days to recover fully from racing at the weekend. And it's only Tuesday, so I suppose 2 days of very easy running, and then maybe we'll do a few more miles tomorrow. Brenda Ventura wants to know what the topic of discussion is going to be for this hour. Tina Beard is on her way to Run Club tonight, so is Victoria. Victoria's out with the Real Club tonight, the Real World Club. I said the Real Club, but Zwift is a real club, it's just in a virtual world, isn't it? So Victoria's gone to Worthing Harriers tonight. Sarah Jacobson says, any other big Zwift running events on the horizon now the Tour of Watopia is wrapping up? I don't know what I'm allowed to say. Yeah, well, yes, but I don't think I can say anything that's happening at the moment. But there is definitely stuff coming up. Of course, we have the monthly ZRS races. Zwift Run Series, and most of the next 5 weeks, 4 weeks is taken up with the Zwift Running League. So that should be most people's focus on Zwift at the moment is preparing for and racing the Zwift Running League. No, I say it should be. No, it shouldn't be at all. It's just whatever you want to do. But that is the main event that's happening on Zwift at the moment. There is definitely stuff happening. There's going to be another Zwift Run Festival coming up soon as well. But Zwift HQ always have stuff in the pipeline that they're planning. And so there will be stuff occurring over the summer and into the autumn. Kim, yes, Zwift is tied to the Tokyo Olympic Games. Whether there'll be any running events tied to that, I don't know. Certainly going to be cycling events tied to it. And over the next few weeks, probably want to keep your eyes open for updates with regard to the Olympics. Rob Harrison is just watching this evening. No running for him tonight. So we've done a kilometre and 11.5 to go. Keeping it nice and steady. We're off to the desert. No, hang on a minute. Road to Ruins. Yes, we're off to the desert. Paul Hayward is running with us as well. Vati is just behind. Doval is running with us from Spain. So hello guys. Escool from the USA is up ahead a little bit as well. Lee Ryby is forging on, going a little bit quicker than the pack. Good for him. Very glad of the fan. Really, really warm. Even at this slow speed, it's really warm. And we've got over an hour of running, so need to keep cool. Ricky Burrows is going for an easy one tonight. He had a hard session earlier. Train F1 guy is doing a ZLDR session tonight, speed session, 800 meter repeats, times 6. And he's watching us while we do that. Tina Beard's going to miss out on this. So you know that the Noble Pro treadmill is basically at 1% incline when you buy it. When it's on the ground and it sits on the ground flat, sitting flat before you put any incline on, it's already at 1%, yeah? You're aware of that. So I've been talking to Noble Pro about this, And just like that, I tell you what, the Noble Pro team are very proactive and they're really keen to help Zwift users because they know that a huge percentage of their market is Zwift runners. And so they're very keen to help us. So I reached out and I said, I'm not happy about the Noble Pro being at 1%. I want it to be at 0%. And then go up in percentages. So one software thing they're doing is they are changing from 20 levels to 12%. And they will be broadcasting the proper numbers to Zwift with a firmware update, software update coming not too distant from now. However, the other thing they've sent me is this. I've got two of these. Hang on, let me just get the camera. Can you see that? What do you think that is? It's called Zero Shoes. It's made out of plastic. It's a 3D print, and it's called a Zero Shoe. And it sits underneath the wheels at the back of your treadmill to bring it up to 0%. I haven't tried them yet, but you know I'm going to. Adam Koffler reckoned it was a bow tie. That is absolutely perfect bow tie. Adam, you are absolutely correct. Brilliant. Oh no, somebody's abandoned. Paul Hayward's abandoned. Oh no. Lightweight? What do you mean lightweight? What, they're lightweight or I'm lightweight? Oh, you mean I'm lightweight because I don't want to go at 1%. I just want the numbers to be right. I want, if I'm at 0% on Zwift and on Strava, I want to be on 0% in real life. If I put the treadmill up to 5% elevation, I want it to be on 5% elevation. Right, Paul Hayward's foot pod is not working. That's stupid Bluetooth, says Lee Ryan, but yeah. Rob Harrison, it's a Zero Shoe and it goes on the wheels, there's two of them. I've got two of them and they go on the back of the treadmill and they lift your treadmill up. Right, Carol, Jonathan sent you some pictures on Messenger to whet your appetite. What, of the motorhome? Of the motorhome that we can't afford, that we're never going to get, and if we got it, it wouldn't even fit down the narrow lanes of Cornwall. Kevin DeLuca, hello buddy. Up from 5k out. Speedo? Speed up. Speed feed. Voice. I think we should speed up from 5k out. Progressive or something, the last 5k. Right, Clive has a comms failure. It's all going wrong tonight, isn't it? Paul Hayward's ducked out with a Bluetooth failure. Clive's got a comms failure. Rob Harrison, £1,400 for air conditioning in my new garden cabin. Wondering if it's worth it in the UK. Well, for me, I do such a lot of running on the treadmill here. In the summer, it's too hot. In the winter, it's too cold. It would be lovely to have a sensible air conditioning unit to just balance the temperatures. So, bring the temperature up in the winter and cool it down in the summer so I can close the doors. Because the other problem here, as I'm sure I've told you all before, is we've got neighbours very close and it's not nice to disturb them with my constant pounding on the treadmill and loud talking pretty much every night and at least 2 mornings a week. So, yeah, one day. It's just there are so many other things to get. Often air conditioning is a bit boring and it gets pushed to the back. Hello, Noel. Noel is in Ireland at the Trilogy Triathlon Club. Hi, Noel. He says, great running to you all. From Mount Mellick, County Louth in Ireland. Hi, buddy.
Nice.
Train F1 guy says, do you have any tips for setting up the treadmill for running on Zwift? Like a phone mount? Well, yeah. I've got a flexible phone mount here just on my. You can see it here. Look. So that's my flexible phone mount. Just allows me to talk on the phone, do text messaging and stuff, and see it easily. And also it's plugged in, so I can show you. If I press that, I can show you the phone screen as well. So that's handy. Noel Cross says he's only just getting into Zwift running. Well, come and join us, Noel, as soon as you can. Come and join some of the group runs. We're always very friendly, and it's always nice to see new people and indoctrinate them into the cult of Zwift. No, it's like your own worldwide running club. It still feels cozy and friendly and small, but we've got people all over the world. But really, train F1 guy, you don't need an awful lot really to run on the treadmill. Just make sure you've got your foot pod set up, or if you can get hold of a smart treadmill, even better. Less things to mess with. And yeah, you'll be up and running in no time. But yes, a lot of people do have their phones on a little mount, so it makes it easy. Some treadmills have a mount on them in front of them. So you can put your iPad there if that's how you run Zwift. Buenaventura. The Film My Run family is getting bigger every day. Yeah, the Film My Run family and the Zwift family and the Zwift Long Distance Runners family and the Make Humanity Great Again group. Zwift is just growing, and all the splinter groups are growing as a result. The companion app isn't working for me. Any tips? You have to make sure that you are on the same Wi-Fi network. I'm sure you know that, but that's the only thing that really holds people back. You have to make sure, and obviously make sure you're on the same account as well. So for example, if Victoria is running on the treadmill here, on her account, the phone here is on my account, and so it won't connect. So obviously make sure that the two devices are on the same account. So whatever device you're running Zwift on, and whatever device you're running the companion app on, and they do need to be on two separate devices. You can't run Zwift and the companion app on the same device, and they need to both be on the same Wi-Fi network. Some people have run into problems with 2.4 gigahertz versus 5 gigahertz systems. Most routers should convert smoothly between the two, and most router and Zwift should be able to sense that. But it might be that one device is communicating on 2.4 gigahertz and your Zwift device is communicating on 5 gigahertz, and the two can't talk to each other. Oh, Wi-Fi wasn't on. Well, that's a simple fix then. Noel, it depends. Right, Noel says he's running on the Reebok ZR9 treadmill, and he's using the NPE Run, the North Pole Engineering Run unit. Should it calibrate at the same speed as the treadmill's reading, or will the true speed come from the run? Okay. How long do you want me to talk about this for? I could go on for hours about this. So, depends. I don't know the ZR9 treadmill. I don't know how good it is, how powerful the motor is. If you have a really good, powerful treadmill, then the speed that the belt rotates should pretty much match up with the speed displayed on the treadmill display. The run is pointing at the treadmill belt, and it is reading the true speed of the treadmill belt, and that will fluctuate all the time because as you land on it, you're slowing the belt down, and the run unit is reading that slowdown, so it will fluctuate. It will get slower and quicker. You will not get a static reading from it, much like a footpod. Whereas the display on your treadmill will read static. Say, like now, it's 10 kilometers an hour. So you have to decide how picky you want to be about it. The other thing is to make sure that your treadmill speed, the belt treadmill speed is being read correctly by the run. The run should, if you've set it up correctly, the run should read your belt correctly. But I had lots of trouble making sure that it was correct, and you'll know because the reading will be way off. So you think you're running at 10 kilometers an hour, the display says you're running at 10 kilometers an hour, but the run is saying like 12 or 13 or 7 or 8 kilometers an hour. So you know that's wrong. It's got to be there or thereabouts. It's got to be near enough. So you might want to fiddle about with the run to get it in the very best position to read the speed of the belt. And then you You could also do a calculation. If you look on YouTube and you search for measuring the speed of your treadmill belt, there's a video by me, there's 2 videos by me about how to measure how fast your treadmill belt is actually going. And it involves counting revolutions of the belt and also measuring the length of the treadmill belt and doing a little bit of maths to work out how fast your belt is going. Okay, Jeff Partridge says the ZR9 is a bit weak. It's the one I broke. Okay. So if the treadmill is a bit weak, make sure you do that calculation to see when you're running on it how fast your belt is actually moving, because it might be quite different from the speed that it's displaying on the treadmill display. Right, Tina Beard has also been contacted by Noble Pro, so I think they might send her some of the feet to level out her treadmill. She's been listening on the way to whilst driving the car. Where are you going, Tina, again? I can't remember now. Oh, you're going to running club, aren't you? Yes, of course. Right, I think about 3 more kilometres at this speed, and then we'll gradually start increasing pace. Only by about half a kilometre per hour. So we'll go up to 10.5. Paul Hayward is back. Hello, Paul. Good to see you again. No, if everyone in your house is an athlete, if that treadmill gets used a lot, if it's only 2 horsepower, if you can, I would think about upgrading. If you can stretch to it, and if you find that you're going to run on Zwift a lot, and that you use the treadmill a lot, it's worth getting a good one. 2 horsepower is really quite a weak motor. And you're really better off. Oh, that camera's gone off again. You're really better off getting yourself a decent, smart treadmill with a stronger motor. 3 continuous horsepower. It's funny because due to voltage differences between the UK and the USA. In the USA, this treadmill that I'm running on is 3 continuous horsepower, but in the UK it's marked as 2.5 continuous horsepower. But I've had this for 3 years now, 2 to 3 years, and I've measured the treadmill speed, the belt speed a number of times, and it is rock solid. It goes just a tiny little bit quicker than the display says, which helps when it's under load. Yeah, Jeff says that the Reebok has big fluctuations in belt speed when under load. If you can afford it, Noel, try and get yourself a better, more powerful treadmill. No worries, Noel.
2.
Press the wrong button. I know that Carol is very happy with her Star Trek GTX 8 that they've just got. So, I got that wrong, didn't I? I said we were heading for the desert. Road to Ruins is the jungle. So we're actually heading for the jungle. Although I'm not entirely sure we're going to make it that far, to be honest. 7.5 kilometres to go. I think there's a little way to go before we get anywhere near the jungle. Darren, hello buddy. Says, what's on the menu for today? Well, we're just doing a tour of Watopia, a long run, so it's 12.5 kilometres, and we're doing it nice and easy. Still in recovery after the weekend. Jeff Partridge has got his jungle hat on like me, just in case we do make it to the jungle. Not sure how far it is from here. I've set my distance wrong. I've set 12.1. Let's see if I can change it without messing anything up. No, hang on. Let's turn the camera angles off for a minute. Pause. Why does it... it's so difficult to get it to where you want. That'll do. 12.6 will do. Yes, Darren, of course you do. Darren says, I need to join you guys soon. Jonathan Cost, good evening to you. Are you aware that your other half is running here? Where are you sitting in the garden sunning yourself? Carol is on the treadmill, you know. Again, every day this week she's been on that thing. Are you putting on weight? .5 done. Oh, nice. That is nice. Apparently you've sent me some photos, so I'll have to have a look at them in a minute. When I've finished on here, I haven't got my phone with me. I've only got the iPod on the stand there. Jeff did 8,500 feet of elevation on Saturday, so he's feeling it now. What's that in meters? That's about 3,000 meters of ascent. Jonathan hasn't been lying in the garden in the sunshine. He did 15 kilometres, stage 3 of Tour of Watopia earlier. Oh, Darren. Darren has just got himself a Stride foot pod. Welcome to the horrible world of Zwift. Welcome to the horrible world of Stride, Darren. It's an absolute minefield, Darren. And I wish you all the best. Because you will... Right, my advice to you now is calibrate the Stride to your treadmill or to Zwift. Calibrate it to your treadmill speed. And when you run with it outside, run with GPS, don't run with the stride speed. Everyone on the Stride forums will tell you to run using the stride as the measure of speed and distance. Don't. Whatever you do, don't. You're just getting into an absolute minefield of hell. Just use GPS as you always have done. Angela, hello.
Nice.
Okay, actually, by the looks of it, we should get at least close to the jungle. We've got to go over another hill, round the bend and over another hill, I think, and then we should start to get into the jungle. So we might just make it to the jungle. Yeah, Clive, that was a fantastic run you did at the weekend. Clive went from the north of Cornwall to the south of Cornwall, over Bodmin Moor. Amazing journey. 36 miles, I think it was. Right, we're through the barrier, through the green barrier there, and we're going to start making our way round and into the jungle. It's taken us the whole run to get there, and then when we get there, we'll have finished.
Right on!
Williamson, thanks for the ride on. We're still not there. We've got quite a way still to go, but we are getting closer. No, not the Two Moors Way. Two Moors Way is Devon, isn't it? And Two Moors Way is 100 miles, isn't it? 117 miles. And this is a bit further down the coast into Cornwall. Sebastian, hello Seb. Good evening to you. Yes, Jonathan says it's not much use to me, but the treadmill said I was doing about 210 watts during my run. I think it uses weight, pace, incline, and HR to calculate. Yes, it will do. Jonathan, what speed? Just out of interest, what speed were you doing for the 210 watts? Because that is around about. That sounds like it's around about this speed, 10 kilometers an hour. That would be my guess. That's it, Jeff. Dartmoor and Exmoor, yeah, for the Two Moors Way. Gosh, that was a long old race when I did it. Yes, that sounds about right, Jonathan. 210 watts is about what I would get, round about what I would get for running 10 kilometres an hour on outdoors or on the treadmill. It's around about there. Sometimes it's almost down to 200, sometimes it's as high as 215. But again, like you say, it kind of depends on your weight. Ah, yes, at zero incline it was 200 watts, yes. Makes a whole lot of sense. Okay, Darren Smith says, let's all give a shout out to Stephen Cummins and in his amazing half on Sunday. I'm only allowed to talk about it for 24 hours, Darren. I'll get fined otherwise, and Jonathan will report back to Paul Deering, even though actually Paul Deering is probably listening. I'm convinced that even when he's not watching the stream, he has me on some kind of secret system where he can hear my voice. Probably even if I'm not streaming, he can hear what I'm saying. Lana Curbs says, congratulations to Johannes for the amazing professional tri race from ITU Kids. It was a great race and a nice first win. Really nice to watch it live. Lana, is there a link to that? Can you post a link to like a YouTube playback or something of that? That'd be really good to watch. Right, okay, so there's the difference between Brits and Americans, you see. It's a bit of a stereotype, but it's like our comedians as well. British comedians are always downtrodden, always the fool, always making mistakes, always wishing life would work out better for them. American comedy heroes always win in the end, always get the girl, always succeed in the end despite difficulties. And this is what's happening here. Jeff Partridge says, don't start him off, Darren. He'll only grow a big head and start talking about his bloody half marathon and his sub 3 marathon, going on about it, annoying everybody. No, nobody's interested. No one is interested. I saw a funny meme today. You know what a meme is? Like those pictures on Facebook with some quote on it. Anyway, it had a picture of some woman looking sad. And it said, don't forget, or just remember, if you're having a hard day, nobody cares. I thought that was good. You see, Paul Deering, just type the word listening. Darren says, I'm just doing my American duty, helping someone share their accomplishments. There you go, you see. I will say the time once and once only. Half marathon, personal best for me. 6 years ago, I did 1:25.40 in Cardiff. Sunday, I did 1:23.27 at Goodwood Motor Racing Circuit. And that is the last I will say about it. Angela says, this is a pretty route. Well, yes, and in about 2 kilometres we will enter the jungle proper, which is a cool place to run. Lana, yeah, if you can get us a link, or Johannes, I can see Johannes is commenting there. Johannes, if you can get us a link to a video of it, I'd love to see that, please. Okay, so we just go to the official ITU page under the category ITU Kids. Okay, cool. Right, Darren says sub 250. Well, no, I think the next goal realistically would have to be under 255 to be sensible. Funnily enough, I am making a video at the moment about running risk versus reward, and how I'm much more about running on a flat road race where I'm trying to get a PB, running without risk, so running what I think is realistically possible. And I think 255 is a sensible next target. I think I'd be pushing myself a bit too much to go for 250. I'm not saying I'll never go for it, but at the moment I haven't made myself ready for it, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that was my first marathon, Jonathan. Mind you, if I was just out for a laugh, I'd do that again. If I was just enjoying myself, having a bit of fun, I would do that. If I'm going for a PB, then obviously I wouldn't do that. How do we all feel about going to 10.5 pH? So should we speed it up? 10.5 now? What do we think? Jeff says yes. What about Carol? How does Carol feel about it? Debbie Colville is currently doing the ZLDR speed session because she's been dragged on there by Paul Deering. Right, up to 10.5 then, let's go. Let's increase 0.5 every kilometre. Every kilometre. Every kilometre. Okay, Carol's up for that. I saw that post, Darren. I refused to reply. Yes, I do. Yeah, if it's really, really hot, I will take my shirt off. I've done it in a 100-mile race in the summertime, and I've done it in training races, training runs. Yeah. I see just down below, Jeff says reaching for the mute button, so he can't hear me talk about my running. You can't reach for the mute button on here yet. Shall I tell you all about my half marathon TV? Question mark. Lana, thank you very much. Jonathan. Okay, here we go. Here's the new fight over the Atlantic between Britain and America. Is it uncouth to go topless running? Jonathan says only rough types run shirtless here in the UK, Darren. Only rough types, like me. People who aren't very posh, that's it. Non-posh types run shirtless. Darren says, I run shirtless in the summer, but it is 3 to 5 a.m. when no one else is around except the wildlife. Well, you see, when you run shirtless, Darren, you become the wildlife, don't you? I guess the question is, bearing in mind your profession, is that as God intended? Are we supposed to wear clothes? Really? If our lovely friend Eve hadn't eaten the apple and become self-aware, well, where would we be? We would still be walking around naked. And is that as God intended, Darren? Oh, Monica says it's very uncouth unless you are a teenager. Buenaventura says the Technogen Myron is really impressive performance in the UK with a 2.5 HP motor. Yes, I mean, I would argue you know, it's running like a 3 CPH motor, CHP motor. And exactly the same model in the States is classed as a 3 HP motor. Okay, we will answer your question on the next Pastor Q&A. Thank you very much. Sarah says, this is turning into quite the philosophical discussion. Well, you know, I do like to pose the big, deep questions. Are we supposed to run naked? And of course, for runners, running naked means an entirely different thing to having no clothes on, doesn't it? But yes, if you want to be literal about it, if Adam and Eve, Eve, as far as I remember the story, ate of the fruit of the tree and became self-aware and covered her private parts with leaves. So if she hadn't disobeyed, we would still be walking around naked. That's my understanding. If you want to take Genesis from a literal perspective. Sarah Jacobson really has a way with words. She says, I don't want all that stuff flopping around. I love you, Sarah. Very good. Oh, we're supposed to be at 11. Kilometers an hour, you lot. You didn't remind me, did you? You forgot to remind me. You were deliberately trying to pull the wool over my eyes then. Yeah, it's settled. We shall all wear leaves, says Monica, from now on. That's it. No more clothes. Leaves it is. Yeah, can you imagine? I don't have much of a thigh gap, to be honest. I would have pretty bad chafing down there. Has to be said. Yeah, I knew it, Jeff. Jeff was deliberately not telling me that we should have sped up there. So we are going to get 4 kilometres in the jungle. We are now officially in the jungle with the ruins. So we've got a good 3.7 to 4 kilometres of running through the jungle. Nice one, Carol. Carol says, come on, boys, catch up. Sorry, Mum. I regularly get confused between chat in the game and chat on my live screen. Darren Smith is looking forward to doing a 2:55 marathon with me on Zwift at some point. Okay. We'll try it one day, Darren. You can pace me like you did Camilla. See you later. That's Darren's lunch break over and done with. Oh, controversial from Rob. Rob says, don't listen to Carol. She will lead you astray on speed and heart rate. Carol, those are fighting words. Fighting talk from Rob Harrison. So my heart rate is increasing, 128 moment. Well, it's going up and down, to be perfectly honest with you, but we're definitely in green zone, zone 2 now. Don't look at me, you're way too fast for me. Hayward's going to pace you for the first 100 metres. I'll pace you for the second 100 metres, Ricky. I'll do the second 100 metres. Another uplift coming from Rob, Zone 5, Harrison. Good comeback, Carol. Good comeback. Monica, I dream about running constantly. It's all I do. Okay, 12 and a half, guys. Let's go. I'm sorry, 11 and a half. Let's go to 11 and a half now. Yes, Jeff. Buenaventura reckons the chat is too hot, and that's why my heart rate's going up. Well, I'm doing too much chat, that's for sure. Jonathan says, I could tell earlier that I'd had a week off. By 15 kilometres, I was in zone 4 at only 10 kilometres per hour. Yeah. Jeff was paying attention, which is more than I was doing a kilometre ago. Less than 15 minutes to go now of the Tour of Watopia. Stage 4, Road to Ruins here in the jungle. Let's do that again. $7,057 kilometres run on Zwift now. Since its inception. I'm not in zone 3 yet, Jeff. 128. Oh, 130. I just hit 130 momentarily there. We've done 10 kilometres, we've got 2.5 to go. Paul Boyle thinks I could have got 122. Ryan Perring in the house. Evening, Ryan. Apparently Ricky's heart rate is low. Well, yeah, that's because he's an uber strong runner and he's going a very comfortable pace. All right, we're looking at totals. So you saw I had about 7,000 kilometres on Zwift. So Jonathan is up to 3,750 kilometres. And Carol is up at 4,700 kilometres. Well done, Carol. Carol is winning at the moment. Ryan, if it were up to me, you'd get a standing ovation every time you walked in the room, buddy. And thank you very much, by the way. Rob Harrison is getting a bit worried about his life. He says, my evenings are starting to become rather predictable. It's either running on Zwift or watching Film My Run running on Zwift with a glass of red wine. You know that both of those options seem very nice to me. Running on Zwift or watching me. What could be better if you're not running on Zwift than watching somebody running on Zwift? I can't think of anything more awesome. Right, I am paying attention, and we are now going up to 12 kilometres per hour. Sarah Jacobson has some catching up to do. She is on 1,377 miles, which is 2,216 kilometres. Jeff Partridge is on about 2,000 odd miles. Paul Deering is on 5,980 kilometres. Why I started to say 4 and then 6, I don't know. Angela says, watching Zwifters is how I keep myself entertained while working. My camera 4 has gone off again, so bear with me, I'm just going to jump off and put it on again. Why does it do that? Why does it turn itself off? Brian Perring is on 2,550 kilometres. Yeah, but that's because you like running on the coast path, Ryan. I've just run on Zwift and I'm now watching people running on Zwift. Hashtag get a life. Yep. But we are all old. We've got nothing better to do with our lives, have we? Right, only a mile to go now. We'll be done in about 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes, and we'll be finished. Noel says, anybody fancy a cup of tea? Yes, please. No sugar, though, for me, just milk. Thank you. Ace Ventura, yeah, it could be overheating, you're right. Jonathan says, Jeff is in South Gloucestershire, so he runs in miles. I don't know, Jeff. Jonathan. They haven't converted to metric then over in South Gloucestershire. I'm surprised they've converted to miles. Aren't they still in the Stone Age? Aren't they measuring things with sticks? Okay, we're definitely into yellow zone. Oh, now we've gone back to green. We're almost in yellow zone. Deering is 1,500 kilometres ahead of Clive, basking glory for 48 hours. You can talk about that for 48 hours, Paul. Ah, yes, furlongs. Yes, South Gloucestershire, they are still working in furlongs over there. Right, we're coming up to our final kilometre and final increase in pace.
Right on.
Ryan Perring, thank you, buddy. So if you want to go up the Alp Zwift, you would turn right there and go through that green barrier. And then it's a big old climb to the top of the Alp Zwift. Final pace increase now, 1 kilometre to go. And we're going up to 12.5 kph. One, guys, let's go. Paul Hayward says he was maths advisor to South Gloucestershire, so blame me. Yes, very enjoyable run, everyone. Thank you. Oh, okay. Last 500 at 13, says Carol. Okay, Carol. No, not Karen, Carol. Shall I sprint from now? Just for a laugh. Wow, that's a long old message, Noel. Well done, everyone, and Stephen, thank you for getting my interest back in running, especially Zwift. I found your mentoring and channel a real help. I ran for years, but then had to stop because I sustained a brain injury in a motorcycle accident. Oh my God, a number of years ago. Getting back into running, especially on Zwift, has really saved my life and helped in my rehab, so thank you. Oh, mate, no problem at all. Absolutely more than welcome. And it'd be great to see you in a group run with us sometime. Right, let's go for this. Let's catch Carol, come on. Let's catch Carol. Carol's getting too big for her boots. Come on, let's go get her. Oh, I'm so sorry, Karen. But we are coming for you, Carol, so you better get running. speeding up. She is speeding up. I don't believe it. I'm not going at 20, Ryan. Not today. Carol said, Debbie says, don't let the side down, Carol. Well done, Carol. Carol dragged us along there the last 500 metres. Thank you, Carol. Brilliant. Well done, Carol. Excellent work. Excellent work. Really enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Well done, Clive. Well done, Carol. Good job. Well done, Neil Messenger, Jeff Partridge, well done. Everyone else who ran, Paul Hayward for jumping on back in again after having a crash or having a Bluetooth disconnection. Ricky Burrows, well done, buddy. Good job, guys. Okay. Yes, my treadmill does go to 20 kilometres an hour, but Ryan Perring is correct. To be fair, Rob, I am frightened of 20 kph. Although, now, if you look at you can't actually, on Training Peaks, from my half marathon at the weekend, max speed at the end, I sprinted in at the end, max speed, 20.4 kilometres an hour. Get in there, come on. I always think I can never quite reach 20 kph outdoors, but I did it at the weekend. Right, we're done. That's it. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to go out running outdoors. But tomorrow evening, what should we do tomorrow evening, guys? Shut your face, Perring. Dodgy GPS. How rude. How rude. Ricky Burrows says, I still need to pace him. Oh, God. Ricky, I can't pace you. You're too fast for me. I can pace you for 5k. That's about it. You're too quick for me, buddy. Right, tomorrow, look, we've got the packs. Oh, no, that's today. Tomorrow, where are we? Right. 6 o'clock, stage 1 of Tour de Zwift. 8 o'clock, stage 2. 8:30 is Wednesday workout. Maybe we should do Wednesday workout tomorrow. What do you think? And mind you, it's late, isn't it? 8:30 is too late to run. 5:30 is possibly a bit early. What do we think, folks? Any preference? Rob Harrison says, great chat this evening. Thanks all. Yeah. And Jeff Partridge, thanks team. Have a great evening. Don't go anywhere. I need you all to tell me what I should do tomorrow night. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I've got a choice. I can do Wednesday workout at 5:30. We could do the ZLDR starters run at 5:30. Tour of Watopia at 6 or 8, or Wednesday workout at 8:30. What am I doing? Carol loved the banter today. Angela says, have a great evening. The music has been very loud this evening, hasn't it? I need to make sure that I bring that music down a bit. I think that music is too loud actually now. Some people do complain the music is too loud, and I always tell them it's not, but actually just then I thought it was. Right, Clive Finnemore says double XP. Monica says ride your bike. Monica, I would ride my bike, but my bike is in the kitchen because I have a Noble Pro treadmill where the bike used to be. So I can't ride my bike. Clive Finnemore makes a very good point. Double XP. So it looks like it's going to be another Tour de Zwift, doesn't it? 15 kilometres tomorrow evening. Do you mind going slow again then? If it's... Yeah, okay. Tour of Watopia Stage 1, says Sarah. Let's do it. Are we doing the long or the short run, though? The short run is only 4.8. The long run is 15.3. Maybe we should do the long run, and then I can do a fairly short run in the morning. Anybody up for that? That's what I'm going for. Yeah, Jeff Partridge agrees the music's too loud. Right, I will do something about that tomorrow. I'll try and turn the music down next time. Oh, now look, Monica now says Wednesday workout, and Jonathan Koss says Wednesday workout. Carol Rushworth says Wednesday workout. Sarah Jacobs says Tour of Watopia Stage 1, and Clive Finnemore says, yeah, okay, it is the last week. Right, Carol and Monica, I agree, and Jonathan, I agree with you. Wednesday workout would be a good choice. However, it is the final week of Tour of Watopia, final week for double points. So let's get some miles in with double points. So we're going to go for 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. At 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, Tour of Watopia Stage 1 long run, 15 kilometres, and we'll go slow. Go slow again tomorrow. Nice and easy, relaxed. We're not racing, we're not doing anything crazy. And next week we'll start doing interval sessions again and going fast once or twice a week. Jonathan says he's bored of Tour of Watopia now. Yeah, but it is the last week, so we may as well just get the double points, Jonathan. Ryan Perring says he's only just started this week. Well, you better get them done quick, buddy. You've got 5 runs to do. Get them sorted. I haven't given anyone any ride-ons. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. I'll give Ricky's there. I'll give Ricky a ride-on. Carol is there. I can give Carol a ride-on. Is anyone still out on the course? No, I don't see anyone else. Everyone else is logged off. Who's that there? No. Okay. See you all tomorrow then for Tour of Watopia at 6 o'clock tomorrow, 15 kilometres. Yeah, we'll do Wednesday workout next week. Okay? Right, take care, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Been a good chat tonight. Been lots of fun. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.